In the last video, you were introduced to addition reactions. Those involved alkenes. And addition reactions do involve unsaturated alkenes, and alkynes because they have double and triple bonds that end up being reactive sites. So when we look here, if we have 1 mole of alkyne and we add 1 mole of one of these 4 things, like what we saw last time, we can make these kind of products. In simple terms, if I have an alkyne and I add H2, I convert my triple bond into a double bond. Let's look at what our example is. So the example in this case is I have 2 butyne, triple bond between the 2 central carbons, and I'm adding Cl2, and I've represented in red here to show what's going to happen. This chlorine will form a bond to this carbon, this chlorine will form a bond to that carbon, this bond of the triple bond disappears, and the bond between the 2 chlorines disappears. So I end up with one product, and that one product has 2 chlorines on either side of the carbon-carbon double bond, and the triple bond has now become a double bond. Again, I've made one product. That's if I add 1 mole of a reactant. Now we're going to see what happens if we add 2 moles to our alkyne. Well, in this case, let's look at a simple example. If I added 2 moles of hydrogen, I'm going to go from an alkyne to an alkane. The triple bond is going to become a single bond. And the same is true for adding these other things as well. Our example in this case is we're adding 2 moles of hydrogen. That's why it says 2H2 here. And I've said, hey, let's put 1 hydrogen molecule below and 1 hydrogen molecule above. I'm going to form a bond between that carbon and hydrogen, same thing over here, and I'm going to break a bond between 2 hydrogens, break a bond between 2 carbons. Form a bond between this carbon and this hydrogen, form a bond between this carbon and hydrogen, break a bond between 2 hydrogens, and break another bond between the 2 carbons. That triple bond becomes a single bond. And what you can see in this case is our alkyne, which was propyne, becomes propane. But we get the same effect adding any of these things in our addition reactions. We're going to be moving up. Basically, we're destroying either triple bond becomes double, as in the upper case, or triple becomes single if we're adding 2 moles of things. So looking at the moles is a big clue when you're reacting with alkynes in addition reactions.